All right, today back we're gonna do another one of these kill cam sets. There's a lot of things that are similar or exactly the same as the other kills cam set, but switch some things up, took some things out, put some things in. This is another variation of that, trying to hit the whole body. And even sometimes if you switch around the order of your training, it changes how it hits your muscles, because this exercise before that exercise will affect your muscle groups differently depending on how you structure it. So that's why it takes a little bit of thought and just a little bit of strategy behind looking at your workout and seeing what fits where. So today we're going to start out with the bear crawls. Obviously you saw them on the last one, but I'll show them to you again. I'm going to take 2 laps around that tree there. So that's about 160 feet. And yeah, I think about that, because it's about 40 feet there and back. I do it twice around. So about that, but pick your distance, make sure that towards the end of it, it's getting a little strenuous, and you got 3 sets of this. So I'm gonna bust off one for you so you see what I'm talking about. Let's go. So yeah, you definitely feel those at the end for sure. Works a lot of stuff, really good to add to almost any workout set. So that's 1, 2 more. Okay, we got those in. So doing those, we worked a lot of different things. Some of those, which being obvious, some arms, shoulders, traps. You're supporting a lot when you're crawling like that with your body weight. So now we're gonna follow it with the farmer's blocks that I did with the buckets. So I got 55 pounds in each bucket. I'm gonna walk about 160 feet with them, which is about the same distance, but it's a different path, because for this one I go all the way back past my pen, wrap around it, and come back. With the bear crawls, I'd rather do 2 around the tree, because the grass is definitely a lot more, crawl friendly than some of my area over there. Sometimes I got scrap pieces of wood or, rock or whatever I got going on. So just a little bit easier to do the crawls on the grassed area of the yard. But so yeah, I'm gonna take my 55 pounds in each bucket, walk that around the pen, come back. I'm going to do 3 sets of those. So again, with having done what we just did, our traps and our arms and shoulders are really going to feel it on this one. So let's go. So there's one of those down. Got a couple more to go. This one was really important to me too, to add today, because it does such great things for your grip, holding onto that weight all the way through, not putting it down or resting. I have a lot of monkey bars, a lot of gripping and climbing and pulling, 5 days away. So today will be kind of my last big push. I like to train Monday hard. Tuesday, I want to just kind of keep everything active. I'll probably do a bunch of resistance band things tomorrow, some stuff like that. And then it's all the way until Saturday. I'm just gonna rest. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, let my body just wait, just get ready. make sure everything is relaxed, all the muscles aren't locked up or anything. And then I just go to war on Saturday with this Savage race, 2 races one day. So going for the big medal, you know, for getting both done. So on to the next. We got 2 more of these and we'll be back. All right, so this next superset, we're gonna take the energy off of the upper body for a minute, and we're gonna do a superset of forwards and then backwards walking lunges. So we're gonna try to hit 10 lunges going that way we're hitting 5 per leg. And then we're gonna come backwards and we're gonna do the backwards lunges all the way back, same deal. So we're gonna do 3 sets of these, and this will work another 2 sets of muscle groups in the legs, and yeah, should get the legs moving quite a bit. And then we'll be back to more full body, upper and lower, next up stuff. This is definitely, I think, a little bit more challenging than the first Kill Camp set, because I added a couple little elements to things that we were already doing. So, but either way, all full body workouts, and we're gonna hit these lunges. The backward lunges could be a little bit awkward and challenging. You see, even I don't really have them like, you know, down where they're great, but because it's an awkward movement, it helps to hit some of those weak points. Anything that's an awkward movement means you're generally not working that area quite enough. So you're in a good neighborhood if you're starting to feel awkward, and then you work past that awkwardness. Usually by my second and third set, they get a lot more, you know, fluid. But yeah, so we got 2 more sets of these and then we're on to the next. All right, we got those down. Next up, we're gonna do bag slam burpees, which is just like a burpee, only kind of a different structure with a bag slam added in there. So it should be about the same amount of effort. But we're gonna do our burpee with the bag slam, jump the bag, go to the other side, do another burpee with the bag slam. I'll show you, but it'll equal a total of 6. And yeah, we'll do 3 sets of these. So sometimes you get confused in there. Got on track at the end, but that's what I mean. Sometimes it takes just getting in the flow of things before you get the pattern of a training together. You know, it's fine. You just work and you build on it little by little, and you'll get better as you go. So 2 more sets, on to the next. All right, next up, we're gonna do alternating medicine ball push-ups. So one hand is gonna be up on the medicine ball and one is gonna be down on the ground. So it's giving you a different version of a push-up you're doing there. There's a couple versions of this. I don't have a medicine ball that rolls well. Mine's like a leather, pretty flattened out one. So it's good for some things and not good for others. So one of the versions I like doing is you kind of do the one push up on the medicine ball and roll it to the other hand before you're ready to do the other one. And you can alternate one, one, two, two. You can get a good rhythm going where you roll it between the two arms. But because this one isn't really great to do that, you could either do little side steps and, you know, hit one, one, but you're gonna do, you know, your body movement for that more so than you're moving the ball, which is fine as well. Today we're just gonna do 8 on this side, 8 on this side as your one set. So I'll just do one to show you. We're gonna do 3 sets of those and then on to the next. And then we got, I think, another 2 supersets and we're done. Got a lot of exercise packed in here. We got a lot of them sandwiched into little supersets. So I think we got about 11 exercises or so total on this thing. But yeah, so let's just hit these real quick. So just to show you the other variation that you can be doing with this type of medicine ball, so you can do the shifts that way instead of the first set that I did. So we're doing 3 sets of those. We'll be back for the next. All right, so the next superset we're gonna do is calf raises into Russian twists. Calves are another thing that get really burned up in these races. Just the jumping and a lot of that, I start getting calf cramps towards the end of these races, or sometimes even in the middle. One race I had my calf lock up coming down a hill and just threw me right down the hill. Scraped up my leg a little bit, but I was fine, no injuries. But yeah, it wasn't fun because my leg just went like unavailable, like halfway down a really steep hill. So like there's no way one leg is gonna help me at all. So that was the end of that. But so we're gonna do 20 calf raises. I like to get something under you. You know, I have just like a little concrete block here. It allows your heels to come just a little bit less than level without hitting the ground before you get your next calf raise going. What I like to do is I like to do 10 slow, 10 fast, because it gives you that explosive strength, but also gives you that long duration strength. So it's able to endure as well as having that explosiveness. So I do those, and then we're gonna do Russian twists. So we're gonna do 10 per side, 20 total, and let's get to them. Feet up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So like I said, with the calf raises, you're best if you have like a step or something like that to use. That way you could drop your heels as low as possible on your descent. If not, just grab something, you know, whatever you can get. Just a little bit of, because I'm supersetting it right here, I don't have as much at my disposal as I would in other spots, you know. So do what you got to do. You know, you adapt, and that's how fitness works the best, is if you're able to adapt to new situations and do things. Because if everything has to land perfect for you to get your training in, you're likely to fall at some point. So you got to find ways to adapt. And then the Russian twist, it's best if you keep your legs up, and those are going to work your obliques, those love handles, or, you know, all of those side abs. That's all going to be working in there. So we're doing 3 sets of those, and then we're on to our finisher. Okay, we're gonna do our finisher here. We're gonna do 5 sets of this. This is with the battle ropes, but we're gonna do something different than we did last week. We're gonna do here, we're gonna clasp these ropes together. We're gonna do somewhat of rope flies. We're gonna bring our arms out, and we're gonna bring those ropes together 10 times. And after those 10 claps, we're gonna do 5 gorilla slams with these ropes, and that's 1 set. We're gonna do 5 sets of those. So we got 5 of these coming up. I'll do one for you. I'll take from there. Now, the way we're gonna do these rope claps is you're gonna back up to the point where those ropes are only off the ground because your arms are up. And if you were to drop your arms, those ropes would touch the ground. I want you to keep these ropes off the ground for this whole thing all the way up until your gorilla slams. So that should be part of the challenge of this, is keeping those arms elevated and doing this exercise. It's not as strenuous as far as the, you know, the normal battle rope movement. But if you're doing this right, this should put a different level of endurance on your training for this, followed by your aggressive gorilla slams. You're up. Pretty much like that. I had a feeling the ropes were gonna hit the camera. I was trying to figure out where to put it, and this is like the furthest spot I could put it away. So I had a feeling it was gonna make a little collision there. It's hard to get your arms are out as wide as I'd like them to be in this little space, but it does the trick. By the end of those swinging back and forth with those 10s, I was definitely feeling it in the shoulders. You know, you get a little movement in the chest as well, because it's similar to a fly movement, and it seems very minimal, but by the end of your 10 you understand what they're doing, and then the slams give you that other element. So we're going to do 5 sets of those, and we're done. All right, we got through another one. See, on that last one, I figured that after my 5 gorilla slams, I thought that would be okay. I ended up with too much left. By the 3rd set, I made an adjustment, and then I did 10 slams down the end. You always want to adjust your training accordingly. You don't want to make it where you can't finish it, but you never want to feel like you could start your next set as soon as you finish a set. If you finish a set and feel like I could just do my next set right now, well, you need to adjust your sets. You need to pump it up, so you're going to need a little rest after whatever set of whatever you're doing. That's the level of difficulty that you should set the bar at. Making sure that you need a little bit of a rest, and the end of your sets are difficult. Yeah, like I said, if you go right back into your training right after you finished your last set wasn't enough, you know. So I adjusted it that way, and even on the last one, I always like to go in extra on the last one, so I did 20 slams on the last one, but that's just because I like to finish strong. Like, even if I'm really like burned up in a race, if I see the finish, I try to sprint towards it, because just that satisfaction of like, that's it. I like to put everything else I got left in it. So, the basis of all of this training was, to show everybody and to walk people through this, is also show that anyone can do this. I was told for too long that I couldn't, and I want to show everybody that you can, and you don't need a gym membership, you don't need a personal trainer, you don't need a ton of equipment or a ton of money or even a ton of time. You could put in, a dedicated effort to your fitness, to your body, and you can make a big difference. You can make a huge difference. And, I'm hoping that if I put this kind of stuff out there, it'll help somebody out there. If it helps to motivate one person, it's enough. And that's what I'm shooting for. So we'll see how things go. I got a week ahead of me here. I'm going to tap back in with you later. And hope everybody or somebody got something out of this. All right, peace.